Brian Kelly made a career photographing champions.
I spent nearly 6 or 7 years traveling the world and shooting professional skateboarders.
These days, he's still after the perfect shot, but of a very different kind of champion.
Over the last 2 years, I've transitioned to documenting champion trees.
A champion tree is the largest of its species, as measured by a standardized point system and confirmed by American Forest, which registers champion trees.
So there could be bigger ones out there. They constantly have nominations flooding in. You can find a champion tree almost anywhere.
Including Martha's Vineyard, where this 182-year-old pagoda tree enjoys champion status.
You see one massive tree and people are like, that's a big tree. And you're like, yeah, imagine when like a forest used to look like that.
Bob Leverett and the members of the Native Tree Society don't have to imagine. They regularly visit Mohawk Trail State Forest. There, they meticulously track and measure some of the tallest trees in the state.
We have measured, confirmed with great accuracy, 146 white pines over 150 feet in height, and with at least a couple going over 170 feet.
Getting to that height takes time. One old-growth tree here is more than 500 years old, while these tall pines are closer to 150. What's got Leverett and his team excited today is the fact that these trees are still growing.
That makes it 157.7.
Ooh! It has grown. I had it at about 156.5.
That's good news. Growth means the tree is still sequestering or holding carbon while releasing the oxygen we breathe.
So when we talk about carbon sequestration, we're really talking about the product of photosynthesis. As long as the tree is alive and photosynthesizing, it's sequestering carbon.
Even if the tree is dead, as long as it's still there, that carbon that it contains is still sequestered in that wood.
This is important because carbon is a major factor in global warming. The New York Times cites new forest as a major weapon against climate change. But Leverett believes that protecting these tall, old-growth trees is just as important.
These trees continue to grow rapidly. They are doing some of their best growing between the ages of 50 and 150 years.
Despite the science, a visually shrinking ice cap, and international calls for action on climate change, some say they just don't see it. Back at Harvard Forest, John O'Keefe sees it and documents its effect on trees.
I started observing these trees 30 years ago. It was partly a way to force myself to get out in the woods on a regular basis and look at what was happening. Starting at the beginning of September, I'll go out and estimate what percent of the leaves are no longer green and what percentage have fallen. Virtually all of the trees I'm observing are dropping their leaves later each fall, or over the 30 years. It's a steady trend toward a later fall. In the spring, the oaks are showing the strongest response towards having their leaves come out earlier, which is important because they're the dominant trees in the forest.
However, longer summers and record heat do threaten some of the oldest climate warriors. Champion trees like the Bennett juniper, which Brian Kelly hopes to document before it's too late.
It's constantly being threatened by forest fires. I'd like to try to spend the next year potentially focusing on trees that are threatened by climate change.
Kelly is so taken by his current mission that he splits time living between his converted van and a cabin in the woods of upstate New York. It's a lifestyle journalist Richard Higgins knows well. After all, he wrote a book about Concord's most famous cabin dweller, Henry David Thoreau.
He had this emotional connection to trees, but he also understood them scientifically in a way that very few people have. He loved the details that separate trees. You know, most of us just don't see the beauty of trees because they're right in front of us, but we're not taking the time to look at them. He lived at the nadir, the worst point of deforestation, and yet he believed that trees would reinstate themselves, would somehow come back, and obviously that's been true in spades. But he had faith in a seed.
Brian Kelly likes to spend hours with the tree, usually toward sunset, when the light is best. And that is Chronicle for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Anthony Everett. Have a good evening. Hope to see you back here again tomorrow night. ABC's Town Hall with Joe Biden is coming up next at 8 o'clock. Good night.